Hey, good morning, East Texas. Thanks so much for joining this CBS 19 Plus live stream. We're live on CBS 19 Plus on Facebook and on YouTube. And we're going to bring you a quick update on what you can expect for the rest of the day. So right now, very gloomy skies. We had some fog come through earlier. If you were heading out early, you probably ran into some of that kind of eerie looking atmosphere out there. That was all the fog that has since cleared out. Instead, we're just tracking a layer of stratus clouds. If you take a closer look at your screen, you can see where all of that flat cloud cover is. That's very low on the ground. It's very wide. This is what's known as stratus clouds. So just gloomy, kind of maybe you might need an extra shot of espresso in your coffee this morning with all of that mugginess, or all of that gloominess, I should say. Temperatures are currently sitting in the upper 70s, light wind, so you don't have to worry about that, which is nice. But hey, very different scene outside today than yesterday. This is video from White House that Jason took, one of our photographers. You can see some flooding on the other side of the road there, so plenty of water out there. Make sure that you guys were hopefully driving carefully. Lots of rain came through. Many of our East Texas cities picked up well over an inch of rain. These are some of our rainfall totals from yesterday. Nacogdoches coming away with almost 1 3/4 inches of rain. Hideaway about 1.5 inches. These are just some of our cities. Tyler Pounds picked up about 1 inch or so of rain. We'll get more information in a little bit later in the day once the National Weather Service confirms some of these rain totals. Now, tons of rain came through. Those downpours, I know I got caught in them. I'm sure you guys at home did as well. That caused the rivers to run very quickly. A lot of the water is high as well, so that's why there are so many flood warnings that are active. A few up to the Sabine River and down through parts of deep East Texas. The big thing here is just stay cautious if you are driving through a low-lying area next to one of these rivers, or if you're crossing a bridge. Again, the water is very high and very fast. These are set to last for a little while. They have various expiration dates, but we'll likely see them last until we get some of the rain out of here and we get to a drier portion of summer. Now, the good news is plenty of dry weather out there. However, we are tracking a little thunderstorm complex that's currently off toward North Texas. That's set to fizzle out here pretty quickly. And then we are just going to be mostly dry for the rest of the day today. However, despite the clouds and despite the rain that came through yesterday, lots of warmth is in the forecast. I think that we'll make it into the upper 80s, potentially the low 90s this afternoon, depending on where you live. 89 degrees, that's the high in the Rose City. Things are getting warmer in deep East Texas. The mid to upper 90s are likely out there, so it is going to be warm across the board. Don't forget, we are in June. It's officially meteorological summer. That started on June 1st. The first official day of summer is later in the month on the 21st, but still, we are already feeling that heat. Now tonight, we're not getting that much relief either, and that's because we have some clouds building in. Maybe a few scattered showers are possible, but mostly dry. But as we get to the evening hours, that cloud comes in, and the cloud overnight almost acts as a blanket. So you know when you go to sleep and you have different layers on top of you, your covers, your sheets, your blanket, that all helps keep the warmth in. That's what happens overnight with these clouds that come in. They kind of trap the heat closer to the surface. Now that will keep us in the 70s or so overnight. Maybe a few rain chances today and tomorrow, but really most of us will stay dry. If you do get any rain, it will be kind of a splash here and there, very brief. Over the weekend, rain chances begin to climb up. Saturday and Sunday, we're looking at a 30% chance of rain, and then it really climbs on Monday. But let me walk you through what we're watching. There is a level 1 risk of severe weather. This is Friday into Saturday morning. Really, we're not set to see that much rain. We could see maybe an isolated strong storm or two try to make it along I-30, but a lot of this is going to stay locked up near the Red River. In the meantime, the National Weather Service did put that out there because we have the ingredients to make a strong storm, but whether or not the storms actually get here to feed off of that fuel is another story. But just make sure that you're staying weather aware. We'll get another round of data in here soon, and I'll have updates for you on the noon show. Saturday, we are looking at mostly dry weather for the majority of the day, but by the afternoon, showers and thunderstorms are back in the forecast. So we are looking at late in the day Saturday into early in the morning Sunday before sunrise. That's when we get a round of strong to severe storms on the way. And this is set to continue into parts of Sunday. Now for Saturday, that window that I just talked about, a level 2 risk of severe weather is popping up across the Piney Woods. This stretches along I-20 and goes up to the north, a level 1 for areas in deep East Texas. Still, though, the rain is likely going to stay for areas in the I-20 corridor and up north. We're not done with the rain, though. More rain is on the way Sunday through the afternoon and into Monday. Monday, I think we'll get some widespread showers. Right now, I have us at about a 50% chance of rain. So far, we're not tracking any sort of severe weather with that, but there likely will be lots of downpours, maybe a few gusty winds, as well as the potential for some hail. And that's kind of what we're tracking with all of these thunderstorms. And I know that you're probably thinking, in the summer, hail, what's happening? Well, even though hail is ice, which melts very quickly in the summer, because we had the extra heat from season, that helps these thunderstorms get a little bit bigger and a bit stronger, which is normal for summer. And that promotes larger hail formation, so we'll likely see more hail during the summer months. So just keep an eye out on that. And remember, if you are worried about hail, if you park your vehicle inside or under cover, that will help diminish a lot of the damage that you might see. A lot of the, as long as you're really inside, you won't really see any damage from that. All right, despite the rain, we are still tracking tons of warmth in the upper 80s today. The 90s are coming in over the weekend, so it is finally going to be like pool weather. Just remember, if there is a thunderstorm, you want to make sure you are staying out of the water. Now, the heat is coming from this area of high pressure. That's been sliding through deep East Texas, or I should say through South Texas, and really cranking the heat. And that's what's going to keep us warm over the weekend. That's why we're looking at the 90s, so a little bit above average, but we are again in June. However, this is going to do something interesting. It's going to slide back off to the west over the next several days. It's what's called retrogressing. Usually all of our weather comes from the west and goes to the east, and that's the natural pattern of things for the United States and for many of the mid-latitudes. But this high pressure system is just so big and so strong, it is going to go against the flow. But what that means is we could see a window opening here across East Texas for a few scattered showers as well as cooler temperatures to come in. But that's not until the beginning of next week. In the meantime, though, let's get a check of the tropics. Remember, it's hurricane season. Hurricane season did begin back on June 1st. We're tracking pretty clear conditions out there. Just a few scattered showers. I'm not tracking anything that is going to necessarily be dangerous or impactful. There's no areas that the National Hurricane Center is watching right now. So clear tropics if you're heading out on any cruises from Galveston, if you're heading out to anywhere along the Gulf Coast or in Florida. Maybe just a few scattered showers out there, but nothing tropical that you have to worry about. So that is good news. Typically, we see hurricane season peak much later in the year, but we could get a tropical storm or a hurricane here and there. It's not unheard of, but we'll continue to keep you updated on that. Otherwise, locally, we are just tracking some clouds, a few rays of sunshine coming in. It's going to be on the warmer end today. 89, that's close to our seasonal average. 91 tomorrow. We are really warming up Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Rain chances do pick up a little bit Saturday and Sunday. That's mainly going to be Saturday afternoon into Sunday morning. So just make sure that you are ready to adjust your outdoor plans in the event that there is thunder and lightning. Still, though, it is warm. The good news is cooler air gets ushered in as rain chances climb. Up to a 50% chance of rain on Monday. Cooler air is right on the tails of that. We drop back to the mid-80s Tuesday and Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us for the CBS 19 Plus live stream. If you join us for the noon show at noon here on CBS 19 Plus and on air on CBS 19, we'll have all the updates for you. Once again, more weather, plus your local news and what you need to know. Thanks so much. Have a great day.